the Black Death infection. They write here that the 10-year-old boy was helping his grandfather on a hunting expedition when he caught the plague while skinning a rodent. It says here that the unnamed child cut himself with the knife he was using and is now fighting for his life in intensive care with high fever. It says here that on Thursday he was in serious but stable condition. Russian authorities have taken all 17 people with whom he had contact into quarantine. 6 at this at-risk group are children. At least 4,000 residents live in the region. They will be urgently vaccinated as a precaution.
We have Black Lives Matter, pro-Trump, anti-Trump, anti-Islamophobia, fire and brimstone preachers, and Alex Jones of InfoWars was just carried out by police.
And we're not going to back off, and we're not going to stop. We are here to expose what's happening. Alex Jones! Nazi scum! Nazi scum! Nazi scum!
Deutsche Bank, they're being the biggest and most important bank and the biggest and most important economy in Europe. Deutsche Bank's had all kinds of troubles and scandals. They've gotten in, they've been even more reckless than the two big to fail banks in the United States. So I'd keep watching Deutsche Bank, because if they go under, that's just going to be kind of pulling out the rug from the entire banking system of all of Europe, which is already falling apart.
State broadcaster TRT says the resignations are being sought at both state and privately run universities. Sources say the forced resignation is aimed at removing those associated with U.S.-based Islamic preacher Fethullah Gulen, whom President Erdogan is blaming for the coup attempt. Earlier in the day, more than 15,000 staff working for the National Education Ministry were sacked. Over the past 4 days, thousands of others ranging from the military, police, judiciary to other government offices have either been suspended or detained, with many now facing prosecution.
Seoul's Joint Chiefs of Staff said North Korea fired the 3 missiles from North Hwanghae-do province between 5:45 a.m. and 6:40 a.m. South Korea time. 2 of the missiles flew between 500 and 600 kilometers before falling into the EC.
The flight range of the ballistic missiles is enough to reach all of South Korea.
The missiles fired this morning are presumed to be Scud-class or intermediate-range Nodong missiles. The launch comes after the North threatened a physical response as soon as the location of the THAAD unit deployment in South Korea was confirmed.
Ukraine's military participates in 10 international military drills this year. 4 of them will take place in Ukraine and 6 will be hosted by other countries. The Sea Breeze exercises organized by Ukraine and the U.S. have been taking place since 1997, but this year's drill will be the biggest one. 4,000 military men from 16 countries are taking part in the drills. The exercise will last till July 30 in northwestern parts of the Black Sea.
Brigitte, 18 earthquakes in a few days. Even if they are somewhat small, that's a lot. Why are there so many quakes right now?
All of these quakes have taken place between the areas of Hollister and Cambria, which are 2 cities in central California. And Hollister considers itself to be one of 3 places in California that has declared itself to be the earthquake capital of the world. Now, the largest of these was at 3.8, but most of them are much, much smaller. And in fact, there have actually been 70 earthquakes within the last 7 days in this particular area.